Welcome. Good morning, Amy. That's the good. Oh, Kendra is not going to strange. You want to shake it. Oh, the spiritual your life. You can show his blessings. Okay, get ready to.
10 to 9.
I know about the vibes this morning.
Good morning, good morning, good morning to everybody. And let me tell you something. Who you calling midget?
Well, how you tell me to call you?
Petite.
Petit. So
Ah,
funny. Listen, so early in the morning, I have to start apologizing to you.
that's right.
Oh my
So early
God.
this morning.
Yeah. Clay, it's a lovely day, man. We thank God for just so much, and you've been hearing that, acknowledging Him and gratifying Him, for
Mm,
just so much. Yeah.
I
What
hear
a
so.
way. What a way, girl. You look nice.
A born nice.
You see, that's the kind of thing. Oh gosh. If it's Kira I told that, she would have said, "Oh, thank you so very much." Kira might just be listening. Kira gone.
I
She would have
know.
said, just said, "Thank you so very much, my dear." But here you,
Well,
please.
listen, let me put it this way for you. When I am walking into a room, I have to own the room. So when I tell you I born nice, I born nice. Well, thank you so very much.
So what about nice?
Oh, I don't know. I'm speaking for me. Me.
Oh my gosh. Claire girl, good to see you, man.
Same here, same here.
I only see you once a week, yeah?
That's it. It's a beautiful thing, Then you get to miss me a bit, you know.
Me, I trouble so I miss you. No, no, never. Miss you what? Who knows that?
Oh, you love me. And you love me.
You
That's
too
it.
miserable before no, you're just too miserable before one woman. You mad.
Hey, I was born this way. What you're seeing here
But
is
that
not
don't mean to say
anything
that
that
I
I'm
would.
putting on. That's more in all her glory.
Yes. Well, Clay, in the meantime, I just want our listeners to if there are any difficulty with hearing us or if this thing are going and come, let us know very early so we can see what can be done. I was advised what to do by the technician. So I don't know. I hope it works. You know.
Uh,
Yeah, that's just one
I'm
thing
not
I want
seeing
to say.
you. Transition
You're not
yourself.
seeing me? Okay, well, don't worry. My mandate dealing with that.
No, no, no. You transition yourself. You got to learn to transition.
Girl, stop it right now. Miss, watch.
I'm
What
watching.
you-
What
let the
what am
man
I
do the
supposed to
thing, man.
see?
Just let the man do the thing, no, man. Taking me by storm doing that.
I think by storm. He's outside. Is he barking?
That's right.
Oh, okay. Well then let Storm take you then.
But in the meantime, what you do? Shout up your peeps as normal?
Oh, my peeps. Well, my peeps know who they are. First of all, let me say good morning to the farmers. Hope all is well while you're gardening. Let me say good morning to Faithlin Hallie Douglas. Good morning to Daphne Dayton family right here in Toronto. Good morning to Lorna Bain in Toronto. Chance the Gamer 97 in Toronto. Johnny Mason in Toronto also. Let me tell you, all my peeps are in Toronto. Good morning to you, Kathleen Ledlow. Hope all is well. Good morning to Ned Buddy out there in London. Thank you for checking in your peeps. Good morning to Carol Belfon. Haven't seen her as yet. Pat Pear and family. Good morning to you. Kenra, good morning. I know that you had to do your stuff. Olavachi, buongiorno. NP, good morning. Wendy out here in Toronto. Good morning to Sonia and Betty, vacationing on the Spice Island. Good morning to Sherry Belfon. Nikki Nicholas. No, sorry, Nikki Sylvester. Good morning to you, Silver Lee. And all the warriors are there. Good morning to the University under the cashew tree. Good morning to Roya Charles. Good morning to who else again? Let's. I think my brain went foggy a bit. I'll remember as we go. Justin Tutman, good morning. Good morning to Blue Tutman and Wifey Tutman. Good morning to Hillary and Gonpert. Jawanda. Good morning. Let me see who else. And good morning to Denise, Anita, Bernadette Abraham. All of you who are listening to the Take Five this morning, we have a very interesting program for us women. We got to own it. And we're going to show men what it is and how to look after us while we are going through the stages. So, just I turn it over to you for now.
Okay. Well, let me just start by saying good morning to my good bro, Garden Bushes Richardson, Leslie Nicholas and his wife, Wayne Ted John, Andy Moose Bartholomew. Got a call from Moose not so long ago. Um, Claire, let me just hold on.
Somebody is calling. Let's see. So, yes, while he's taking his call, this morning we're going to be talking about us women. And it is something that is taking the world by storm right now because a lot of it people do not understand. Men do not really understand. So today we are going to try to educate the men in our lives, our young sons, because they're growing up to be men also, and they will be able to deal with whatever we are talking about this morning because it is getting younger and younger, the things that we are going through right now. So let's see. Good morning to
Yes,
you, Ricky. Hope all is well. Jester, you still not transitioned.
the man working on the thing, Claire. Why he doesn't behave himself?
I am behaving.
Because
I'm sitting right here.
you, you know, you understand?
I am
No.
in a good mood this morning. Do
So
not change me, okay?
you, you, I want to change my mood.
Well, you ain't have
Claire,
no mood.
Claire, let me continue with my shout out, please.
Go
Good
right
morning
ahead.
to Kathy out there in London. Yeah, Justin Tutman and his wife. Good morning to you. Coming back home, the Hill Street people, that's Celia Robinson and family. Claire out there in Maho. Good morning, Miss Gladys. Out there in Madays, Michelle, godchild out there in Riverside. Good morning to you. Um, oh, Trisha out there in St. David's. Good morning, Miss Patricia Bisses. Good morning. Yeah. Um, it's
Michelle?
lovely. Good
Michelle.
morning.
Michelle.
I did Michelle already. You
Oh,
didn't
you did?
listen well.
Okay. Sorry. Did you call
Yeah,
Claire?
Claire as well. Claire in Maho.
Okay, well, I diff this
Uh-uh.
morning. I tell you, I'm
So
in a
yeah,
good
Claire.
mood.
So yeah, girl. I look at that basketball last night. You
Did
know,
the
I
Knicks
really
win?
no, they
Mm,
lost. Yeah, not by much. You know. Um,
the
but
Wamba Yamba man, he bad as break
we-
bottle, you know.
yeah,
Oh,
what I realized, the teams are evenly poised in the matchup.
yes,
Because
yes.
if you look at the scores, because game one, Knicks won game one down in San
San
Antonio,
Antonio. Mm-hmm.
1-2, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The first one was 105 to 95. The second one was 105 to 104.
Mm-hmm.
Last night, I think it was it 100 and um 13 to 111. Somewhere close to. I don't
So,
know the
but you have
exact
to
one,
look at it that
somewhere
way.
close to. Right? But
It's the
so
best
they're
of the
very
best that is
evenly matched.
competing.
Yeah. So it's interesting, right? If you realize, so the Knicks went in San Antonio home court and beat them there back to back.
Mm-hmm.
And now the Spurs come
To New
to the
York
Knicks home court and already and beat them in the third game.
when it's a
So it's
competition.
interesting to see. It's interesting to see what will
The next
turn out
four.
on Wednesday, God's will. So sometimes it is not all the time to me when you are playing at home that it really turns out to the team
No, no home court
advantage, the home
advantage.
team advantage, because sometimes it does, and I have that so much pressure on you as the
Mm-hmm.
home team. And I
Mm-hmm.
realized that from with me playing football and playing at the highest level. I realized what it is like. You're somewhat under a lot of pressure when you're playing before your home fans, you know.
Well, it's the same thing with
So
me and you
that's
here, Jester. I'm playing from my
mhm.
home court right now, and I'm under
Yeah,
a lot of pressure to talk to you there.
yeah. But I'm hooting for the Knicks. I really would love to
Yeah,
see
I
them
want New
win it.
York to celebrate
They
something.
Yeah, they
40
won it
years?
in they won that championship in 1970 and also in 1973. So
Mm-hmm.
let's see what will happen. And Claire, 2 days from now, we'll see a lot of football
FIFA?
fans will be glued to the wall. Well, see, I carry my
Hey,
FIFA t-shirt, right?
did you see Shakira with the thing? Shakira and John Hook? They did
No,
the
not that.
anthem songs.
Oh,
Yeah, it's good.
yeah, yeah. Oh, right. I saw that thing. Is quite
Yes,
nice.
it
Yeah.
is. It is.
Mhm. And so from Thursday, we'll see that opening game with Mexico and South Africa in
Mm,
Mexico.
okay.
In fact, it's the third time. Mexico is very fortunate. It's the
to
third time
host?
Mexico actually, well, they have an opening. Yeah, they
Uh,
host already in the past,
mm-hmm,
and then they have in the opening. So it's the third time they have in the opening game, which is good. Two teams in the history of the World Cup would have won back to back, which was Italy in 1934 and 1938.
mm-hmm,
And Brazil did it in 1958 and in 1962.
mm-hmm.
And let's see if Argentina will be able to follow in that vein, because Argentina, they are the defending champs, winning from Qatar in 2022. So
Okay.
let's see what happens. Yeah, so it will be very, very interesting.
As they
Very,
say,
very
football
interesting.
is in the air.
Yeah, 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 yeah. You know.
All right.
So, and they were using a lot of technology to conduct this World Cup
You mean
this time around.
AI?
A lot of AI are involved. Yeah, even like for placement for fans,
Yeah,
get
yeah,
feet and everything like that. So a lot of technology will be involved, you know. Yeah. So
yeah.
that's it right there. So
So
I'm so the technician is still fighting up to get me
I
on
guess I don't want no one to see a
the
mugshot
show.
this morning. But you see, you told me I look pretty. Yeah, I look beautiful. So maybe I'm the only one they want to say this morning.
Well, in the meantime, while you work on it, we can go ahead. As I
Of
always feel,
course.
once they are hearing me, that enough. That I mean, that is really good enough in a sense. You know, I mean,
So
it's an added advantage to see me, but if in the meantime, but he's working at it, so
put yourself
we
in that
can go
one.
ahead.
It's advantage to see you my foot.
So Claire, I'll leave you to introduce the topic. Well, you did already too. So if you want to go straight into it, it's up to you.
Well, like I said, the topic this morning is perimenopause versus menopause versus postmenopause, and what each stage means and how to manage the symptoms. So, at some point in our life, every one of us as women is going to go through menopause. But we just think that we are going through menopause. That is the second stage. But there's a first stage that comes between the age of 35 to 55. So it says top menopause experts share how to tell which stage you're in when perimenopause starts, and what treatment and lifestyle change can actually help you feel better. So it starts off by saying the long stretch of time when your hormones start to go haywire was once known as the change, like it was some kind of horror movie. Essentially, menopause was billed as the boogeyman, lurking in the shadows, never to be addressed directly. Today, things are a bit different. Now, we've got not one term, but three: perimenopause, menopause, and postmenopause. Progress? Sure, but it's also kind of confusing. Many times, I'll explain the term so women understand the terminology as it applies to where they are in the transition. But even, I often lump the terms together, says OBGYN Dr. Sheetal Dedina, a Menopause Society certified practitioner and physician manager at Writer Hill and Johnson of Aventia in Washington, D.C. Still, with all the talk of peri, post, and everything in between, it is easy to get lost in the lingo. To help untangle the terms, we asked three menopause experts to explain what's going on in each stage, where they blur together, what symptoms to expect, and how to find relief during perimenopause and menopause so you can keep feeling like yourself through the hormonal upheaval. upheaval, sorry. So we see here that women, as I say, all of us are going to go through these three stages: the peri, the meno, and the post-meno. All that comes under menopause, the frightening word. So we have three experts that are telling us what stage it is and how we can go through it to benefit ourselves. So I think everybody's just hearing us. Just I don't think anybody's seeing us right now. Let me see. I can
We
see
are,
myself again. So this is
we
it.
are,
Uh, what now?
what I'm seeing there is the screen is a bit kind of blank with us. We're not showing up on our screen
I
here.
am.
So
I'm
I
seeing
don't.
me.
No,
Well, is
I'm
the
not.
working
I'm
on
not.
it?
I'm. Yeah, I'm seeing the movement there.
Okay.
I think we should take a break and try to get this thing sorted out a bit,
Okay.
because
Go ahead.
on my screen I'm not seeing anything at all. So we just take a break and we'll be right back, listeners and viewers.
Okay.
Jester, talking truth. So text 5. Your mental health program. And Jester. And Jester.
Hey,
Hey.
tell the listeners that we are going to restart the system, so we'll be right back.
Tell us.
Thanks.
We go. This time I'll just like experience. You have to go out. Sports or premium. Things going. Speaks for itself. Be going out for a bit and then look to come right back in. All right. So I do.
More information, contact WeNoise TV at 929-445-4463. Or you can email us at wenoisetv@gmail.com.
General Machinery. Show us your pattern and we'll make it with precision machines. At Sugar's Repair Services, we satisfy your needs. Just ask and it will be done. Call us at 473-418-1845. Sugar's Repair Services. Oh, wake up, it's a brand new day. Got some things I need to say. Feeling
All right.
take 5, you're in the zone.
Such a pleasure to be back.
Yeah, 2 good friends always there. Let the sunlight in you
To continue with the good vibe.
get sure to find. I'll take the in Jester. Talking truth, take the pressure.
So it seems that things will be back to normal.
You're holding space just for you. Take your time.
So pretty soon, the little
Your take your number.
she don't call her little, a petite.
Extra bring you to
She'll be back up on your screen pretty soon.
be okay. Stop it out with the floor and
And here I am.
most of
Here she is, ladies and gentlemen, listeners and viewers, boys and girls, just about wherever you are,
Ooh.
taking on the good vibes of Take 5 for today, Tuesday, being the 9th of June 2026. Claire, you can continue. And remember, we pray there, so you know the good Lord is with
What? Yes, I mean. So just on the live, we have Natalina from London. As I said, we have Ricky listening to us this
you. I'm not
morning. You're not hearing me? I'm hearing me. Everybody,
I think
anybody
the
hearing me?
technician to sort out that.
Oh, he's working on it. He's working on it.
I'm
I
not
can see
hearing
him
Claire.
there. Okay.
Right. I'm hearing. No, I think I'm hearing.
Yes. So I'm saying
Right.
on the live, we have Ricky. Thank you for checking in. We have Hilarion Gonpat, aka Dudu. We have Buff Frederick. I don't know if that person is naked, but he's buffed. Oh, he has muscles showing off. He's buffed. Buff Frederick. Oh Lordy, I like my people.
Yeah.
Lorna is hearing me. Ricky is hearing me. So we good. And
Nice.
Sylvie,
And
we are back. I got a call from Sylvie. You know the dinner under the cashew tree. I got a call from her.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Yes, she said we are not here, and I said we have technical issues. So, but we are
Right.
back. Let me say
Yeah.
good morning to Cabrino Philip. If you're home and listening, good morning to you. So, just getting back to the topic, perimenopause, menopause, and postmenopause. Jester, you're a man.
Yeah.
If you notice all the things that we women go through, men is at the forefront.
Oh
Menopause,
yeah. You all
menstrual,
use you all usually make men
mental.
see trouble.
I said mental. You didn't hear mental?
Yeah, I see. That's why I tell you, you all usually make men see trouble.
Oh, men make us in trouble because the things that we are going through right now is because of men. so, so, question for you. You're a man. You have a lady. Or you have ladies. I don't know. Correct me if
Still
I'm wrong.
nonsense,
Just
please.
check it.
Okay. What you with you guys?
Okay,
Right.
you have a lady. Make that singular. People do not bother. Don't study me. He's not plural. Yes, single.
Uh,
Single. Okay. So tell me what you think, or how do you feel, or what do you observe when a woman is going through what we are talking about, peri, post, menopause, and post.
well, I don't know. I never have that experience.
No?
No.
Okay. Okay, so there are men out there that is listening, or they have wives that has husbands. Bring your husband close to the TV or to the phone and let him call and explain when we are going through what we are going through. How do they deal with it? Because Jester, right now around the globe, this is huge because men really and truly, when I say most men, really and truly do not understand when we are going through menopause or perimenopause, the hell we go through. And you all look at it and say, oh, she's always upset. She's always moody. But you all really and truly do not know that we have no control of what is taking place with us. Really and truly. So today, there is where the education comes in. So they said to untangle. But before I go there, you know, if a man is going through impotence, men are quick, men to make a drug for them. Viagra, whatever else they give them, because you all have to be saluting all the time. Or they have what do they call it? What again? They're in sympathy with you guys, or with
I don't know
empathy.
really.
So you all have to be saluting all the time. So they make it Viagra for you guys, because I'm a man, I'm macho, and I always have to be at the top of everything. But poor us, isn't we have mood swings, and they know what's going on with us. One day we good, the other day we bad. Now they're getting to realize, because they have wives, they have daughters, and they have mothers, and now they're getting to realize that the stuff that we go through is not anything that we choose for ourselves. It is something that happened to us because of our anatomy. Because if we did not have the hormone and all this, Jester-Your wouldn't be around. Right? We play a big part in the life that comes forward in this world that we live in. So we're going to discuss that. And I want you, Jester, to pay attention. You've got a daughter. I already educated my daughter and my son as to how to deal when menopause come or perimenopause come her way, and when he has to deal with the woman in his life.
So you say they don't make thing for men.
Yes, Viagra.
I know, but no, but hold on. I know you don't have some woman taking some tablet. I think I don't know, one a
HRT,
day,
hormone
one
replacement
a day.
therapy.
Okay, so
HRT, that is for menopause.
why they make mention of that?
Why? I'm going to come. It's coming. It's coming.
Oh,
But
okay.
I'm saying now, they start doing this now because they cannot handle the madness that we go through. So they start looking and say, maybe we should look deeper on the things that the women say they go through. So they give you HRT while you all get Viagra to continue saluting. Yeah? Nothing to say?
With Viagra, I don't even know what it calls.
The blue pill.
Well,
You never
that
heard
does
of it
not.
or see it?
I heard about it, but that I don't.
So, do
I
you
don't go
know
close to that.
that men
I
go
don't, and I
through?
don't. I don't want it close around me neither.
Okay.
I don't go close to it, and I don't want it closer.
Okay, continue saluting like a corporal.
I watch fish and blog and thing I eat in here. As to go what I just tell him I want when I come in go for fisherman body. I tell him I want to make a waters with some sea cat, some sea egg, fish belly. You know what I mean? Red crab.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Jester,
And
do you know that men go through something similar to us?
yeah, well, I've been hearing about it, and
It is called
some
andropause. So that's why I look at the blue pill.
blue pill. Yeah, I
The
tell
blue
you,
pill.
girl, that the blue pill is a thing I will never have to deal with.
Okay.
Never.
Right. So while we go through menopause, you go through andropause. And that's when you buy the little spread sports car, like a girl that is half your age or the age of your daughter, and tell yourself that everything is A-OK. And it's not.
But say, if you're saying they make the blue pill, because you okay, based on what menopause with women, and you say men go through a similar thing, but are trying to, and you're using the blue pill, and are trying to figure
I'm
out
using the
how
blue pill
is it.
for myself.
Bec-
To say that is what
Because my point, I was trying to say, I know that, well, based on what I hear, the blue pill is for enhancement.
Well, yes. All
All
fall
right.
down with you all when you go into menopause too.
Yeah.
And
So
andropause.
well, based on what I hear about the blue pill is actually trying to resurrect the dead in that sense.
Well, yes, you are dead. Dead, dead.
Not me, but I'll be alive for a long
Well,
time.
well, you're not going through it yet. Yet.
let, let me move on, please. You're using blue tablets. I didn't do that. You are saying, remember, you are
No, I said I'm using the blue tablet for to describe you guys, not me. I don't need blue pill. They don't make blue pill for women,
okay. I don't want to. All right, fine.
right?
Because I don't want to misinterpret you. I don't want the listeners
No.
and viewers out there to misinterpret you. Nah. So, okay, let's go
So,
on.
so the three stages of menopause, perimenopause, and postmenopause explained. So, to make sense of the terminology, it helps to think of the menopause transition as a continuous journey. And I like how they put it. It says the long ride on the train. That is perimenopause. That is between the ages of 35 to 55. Then we then have the quick pass through the turnstile. You know, when you tap your card and you just go through, that is menopause. And then when everything beyond the gates, so that means you pass through the peri, you go the long ride on the train, you tap your card and you go through the turnstile, that's menopause. And everything beyond those gates, that is postmenopause. Women,
I
you
don't
are
want to,
getting me?
right. I don't want to preempt your thing, but I just want to know as we go along. Do you have symptoms and everything like that?
Oh,
Signs,
yes, I'm
symptoms
coming to
of
it. Yeah.
okay. No, I'm just
So,
asking, as I said.
like I said, so let me jump on it one time. Perimenopause, you could start from the age of 35
Mm.
to 55. And within that range, you can also start going through menopause. So, perimenopause, you will have your menstrual cycle regularly, and all of a sudden, it stopped
It
for
becomes
3 months,
irregular.
4 months, and then it comes back again. So it's not. Then you start experiencing vaginal dryness. You'll hear loss. You have mood swings, and all these kinds of things. So that is the long ride. So we got through that. The long ride, the train ride. Then we have the quick, the going through the turnstile. And then when you reach your journey, that is the postmenopause. You with me so far?
Yeah, with you. I'm with you.
Okay. Each term represents separate stages of a woman's life, says Dr. Cassandra Schufeld. And she's a menopause doctor and a former president of Menopause Society. They come from the straw plus 10 staging system, which is stage system for reproductive age in women. Basically, a guide provider used to describe the stages of hormonal change from first cycle to postmenopause. So here's the gist of what each stage means. Perimenopause. It is defined as the period leading up to menopause, during which time hormones can fluctuate, says OBGYN Susan Loeb. This is when your body starts sending mixed signals. Cycles get shorter or longer. Sleep and mood can shift, and hot flashes may appear out of nowhere. And let me tell you, I went through the hot flashes. This is the only thing I can say that happened to me. I got hot. I got cold. I got hot. I got cold. At one time, I used to describe myself as a hot babe because it's only heater feeling. I had to sleep with a fan on. Sometimes I had to sleep naked. It is terrible. But that's minor compared to what other women go through. I remember the first time I felt that I was going through something. It was winter. And I had on my winter coat. I know the winter coat is lined with that shiny material under it. And I was walking through underground. And I felt that thing sliding down my arm, the back of my neck, my stomach. And I'm like, what is that? And I got really hot. So I pulled the zipper down on my coat. And I went outside because I was heading outside. And the cool breeze just made me feel really, really good. And I'm like, I came home. I showered. When it was time to go to bed, I went to bed. And then I got hot, hot, hot. It was me sing that song about, hot, hot, hot.
Yeah.
Yes. So this was my thing going through menopause. The heat.
I think most women I hear complain is about that hotness, that heat and thing. Yeah.
So now let's step into the menopause, the milestone, going through the turnpike. It says menopause is 12 consecutive months without a period. The straw system, your final period marks at the end of menopausal transition. Then once a full year has passed, you're considered in menopause or gone through menopause. So for 12 months, Jester, we're going through that. No period. So you went from peri, where it goes up and down, to the 12 months when you have no period at all. That is menopause. And then you go to postmenopause after that. But during that menopausal stage, you go through so much, your body goes through so much that you tell yourself, well, something is terribly wrong with you. So let's go to the post now.
Well, let me ask you a question, and I don't want to feel that I don't want to ask you personally, but you've been around women and you would have, hear them
I am
talk
a
about
woman.
going through. Right. I'm telling you, I do. So what do you gain from them when like listening them talk? Does it affect their sexual drives or feelings or urges during those stages?
Yes, it does. And I'm going to come to it.
Okay.
So postmenopausal is your hopefully happy ever after. Once your final period has ghosted you for 12 full months, you're officially postmenopausal. And you will stay that way for the rest of your life. The term itself isn't always used, though. Many providers, include Schufelt, simply call this ongoing phase menopause. Menopause is really a stage, and it represents half an adult woman's life, she says. So here how to tell that if we are going to perimenopause, menopause, or postmenopause. Your menstrual cycle is the biggest clue. The Menopause Society reports that you're officially perimenopausal when your cycle starts behaving like your cycle. So if your period comes every 28 days, and all of a sudden, add 328 days to that when you're not having your periods. This could mean shorter or longer bleeding, lighter or heavier flow, or cycles that start to vary by more than 7 days. As you inch closer and closer to menopause, the time between periods stretches out, sometimes for 60 days or more. Like remember I said 3 months or 90 or 90 days or so?
Right.
That's when you're going through that. What's behind all these changes? Hormones. Perimenopause is a period when hormones rise and fall unpredictably. But Shuffle and Lobel says that it's not always the best idea to run menopause tests to check your hormone levels. I call perimenopause the stock market of hormones because hormones can fluctuate and don't always have consistent pattern. So those of us that play the stock market, your stock go up, it goes down, or sometimes it stays stagnant for a while, right?
Okay.
Testing hormones during this time is just a 1-point check, like glancing at the stock market. It could be up or down. More importantly, it doesn't help tell me when you'll go into menopause. I diagnose and treat perimenopause based on age, menstrual cycle, patterns, and symptoms. Speaking of symptoms, here are some of the most common changes women notice during perimenopause, menopause, and postmenopause. And yes, it is normal for them to overlap. So here's my message to us as women, especially us Black women. When we are going through certain things in our lives, we hide it. We don't want anybody to know. It is not anybody's business what I'm going through. But don't take it wrong. All women, whether it's white, Black, and Hispanic, any one of us, we all go through that. And if there's a woman on earth today that tells me that they have not gone through menopause or would not be going through menopause, I'd love to meet you.
Here's a question I want to ask because I've heard and seen some women who they say who reached that stage because they went through menopause, and it was like they never returned to the normal self. Like talking about like actually got kind of insane. So what is it that can be done so as to save a woman or women from reaching that stage? What are advice for women not to get to that stage?
We come in.
Going
Hold
through
on.
menopause.
So these common perimenopausal symptoms, irregular bleeding, right? Hot flashes, which mean night sweats, mood changes, brain fog, weight gain, headaches or migraines, breast tenderness. That is just going through the the start of
Right.
it.
Yeah.
So you were saying about if it affects your sex mood and stuff,
Right.
it's coming. So just this is what we go through: irregular bleeding. So you'll miss your thing for about three months or so. Yes, Mary, the program is on. So you go through hot flashes, mood changes, brain fog, weight gain, headaches and migraines, and breast tenderness. Because even while you're going through perimenopausal Jester, you can get pregnant. So it is something that we're going to talk about again.
Right.
So menopause now, the common symptoms. You're having continued hot flashes and night sweats, or night sweats. Vaginal dryness, painful sex, burning, itching, or irritation of the vulva. Now, I know there might be some men outside that are listening and feeling very uncomfortable with what we are discussing. But I want you to listen. Because the wives or the women or the girlfriends or what you have in your life will go through some of those symptoms. Especially when you're going through menopause, the vaginal dryness, the painful sex, the burning, itching, or irritation of the vulva. So when we say just not tonight, we really mean not tonight. Because we are not on vacation with menopause. We do feel pain when you're having sex. Or vagina get dry. And even after you have the sex, you get the burning, the itching, and the irritation of the vulva. This is called menopause.
I
That's
think
why I
what
said for you
usually,
all to pause.
yeah. But let me tell you what I believe does create the problem, right? A lot of the times, women, when they're in a relationship, they tend to go through this thing on their own and not taking the man all along the way so that he will understand.
So let me ask you something.
Yeah, it's a normal process of life, and which we, as a man, so we have to
I
understand. Doesn't know that it's happening. You understand? The woman
your mic is off.
where I
It's better
think that
now.
is where the difficulty usually be. That usually happen.
So you asked me that question. Let me ask you a question. How many how many men you know, Jester, around you right now that is willing to listen to a wife when she says what she's going through? That's why I say you all says, oh, she's just going through a mood swing, or she just behaving bad, or she this and she that. Because most times when we try to say what is going on with our bodies, you all do not pay attention to what we say. So that's why this topic here is to educate men as well as women that is going through that cycle right now. Because a lot of men don't want to hear that you have, you have your vagina is burning you when you're having sex. It's too dry or anything of that sense. Because you all tell yourself that, okay, she has to perform her duties as a wife. Yeah, but the wife is going through some kind of stuff that you all don't want to hear. You might be willing to go through to hear what I have to say about me going through menopause. But how many men are there that are willing to do that? That's why you have the floor right now to educate your people as to what we are going through.
As I say again too, I believe in some instances, it may not be all, but I believe the woman keep what she going through herself. She doesn't make it known to the man. So when he expect, right, the reaction that we usually get in terms of responding, making love and for sex, and then all of a sudden, just all of a sudden, you get a totally different reaction. That is where I believe the problem usually be. I'm just saying for some instances, I believe it is happening
Some,
like that.
yes, some. Because hear this. There are some of us in relationships that the person that we have in our life, before we even go through menopause, they're not treating us right.
Yeah, you try to command it. Go ahead. If I go on, go ahead.
It's the truth. They're not treating us right. They call us all kind of names. We fat, we ugly, we this. No, no, no. It is true. Listen to me. We fat, we ugly,
Gosh,
we this,
but
we that. So when we are going through menopause, tell me what difference does it make? Or would it make for me to explain to him with my fat, ugly self that I'm going through menopause? This is something that I'm going through.
why is that you choose? What is that kind of thing you're choosing that negative sense? You think all men will behave that way?
I didn't
What
say
about
all.
those
I
that
never use the word all.
what about those that don't behave in such a way?
Well, more power to them, I embrace those men. Because that's why we're educating men and women today on the subject of perimenopause and postmenopause. Because just it is not something easy for anybody to accept. When we are going through that, we are frightened ourselves, because it's a sudden change that takes place in our body. So we have to walk up ourselves to deal with it. And when we have the negativity from you guys, or some of you guys, then we don't want to say anything. We deal with it ourselves. And that's why we have women group. Because we can tell our next woman, I am going through that. Are you going through this? And that's why we talk among ourselves, because it is something that all of us go through.
And who matters most to know you decide to let them?
Who is that?
The man?
Really? I
Of
just
course.
explain why some of us do not say it. And let me tell you something, men are not stupid. They know the city changes in us. Even when they're having sex, they feel the discomfort just as we feel it. Because dryness make you feel like a virgin. You know that? Well, you don't know that because, yeah, but you don't go through it. Go ahead, tell me I'm mad, but it's true.
My gosh, Lord put on.
No, it is true. Just that you see, it says when you're going through menopause, let me put it, continued hot flashes or night sweat, vaginal dryness, painful sex, burning, itching, or irritation of the vulva. So if your man know you well, or your husband know you well, he would know that something is totally wrong with you. Here is a comment. Just to add to what you're saying, CJ, some women goes through that as well with a man who is not their husband. They are situationship boyfriend. That is true. Situationship. So the men don't really know what's going on with their woman because it's not a relationship. It's a situationship. But those of us that have husbands or living boyfriends or whatever it is, he will know the difference in your body that you're going through that. Because I tell you, when you have vaginal dryness, you become a virgin again.
Let me tell you something. Regardless to what kind of ship, there must be some form of communication that exists.
But what if they don't want to know what you're going through?
Well, I mean, what if they don't want to know? I don't understand.
There are men that if I go to, I say, okay, so you are you're talking about you, and you may have the conversation with me. Put yourself in a man's situation where he doesn't want to have that conversation. And I come to you and I said, babes, my body is changing. I'm going through these hormonal changes. The sex as it was before is not the same anymore. because I am really going through I'm going through menopause, and this is what I'm going through. When we're having sex, I get pain. My vagina is dry. I get the burning sensation, the itching, and all of that. So
Sex has always been with some form of pain for a woman. That pleasure is pain, even if it's
Shams call 404-1189. The phone number is going to voicemail. Jester, did you turn on the phone?
Yes, of course I did turn on the phone.
Hold on, let me take that call, please. Miss Wells? I'm telling Jester, I just told Jester. Thank you. Thank you. Bye-bye. You're going to voicemail. So restart the phone, Jester.
Yep.
So yes. So when you tell them that, they think it's okay. Well, I can't have sex with her anymore. She complaining she vagina dry. She complaining she having the sex painful. So guess what you do? You jump to your neighbor's house, not knowing. After a while, your neighbor going through the same thing as that your wife was going through. Right?
Not all men do the same thing, right?
I didn't say all. I just keep
Some
saying
men do.
since
Yeah, well, but I just telling you, but you always want to make it look as if, well, you know.
I'm going to truth here. Truth. I am not telling you things or talking about things that I haven't been through myself. And that's why I want the women to call and say what they're going through. Daphne, you could call. Anybody that listening and they know what they've gone through or going through at this moment, please call. Because just that thing that I'm crazy and I'm saying all kind of wrong things. But it's the truth. When you are 18, 19, 20, and your 20s, and even your early 30s, before you hit 35, or before perimenopause step in, your vagina is not dry. The only pain you may have is like if you were a virgin and it's the first time. The phone is still going to voicemail, Jester.
I'm trying to
Reset. Press the side button.
Yeah, they're doing
And go restart it. Because people want to make comments.
Yeah, and I welcome in the comments. I would love to hear the comments.
Is it back? Is it okay now? Is it?
You know that.
Is it okay now?
Hold on, you just have to take a while to regulate
So
itself first.
the listeners who wants to call in, give us a couple minutes so the phone can reset itself. So yes, Jester, you making it seem as though I making up stories about the dryness of the vagina and the painful sex and everything. It is reality. I told send a message, Jester, you're gonna learn today, bro.
Oh, I'm gonna learn today. He's gonna.
He knows. You see, that's I love me some Ito. He knows. He knows what people are going through. He has a wife and he has daughters. So, we go through that. And, there's something that study shows that women in Latin America and the Caribbean, if they consume, and women pay attention to this, because it works. If they consume a lot of legumes, like beans, peas, that's legumes, and you consume it on a regular basis, it can temper the effects of menopause, the mood swings and all that, with the protein. So for those of us,
Chloe, to our listeners and viewers, our phone is in action. So
okay, call now, please, 404-1189, and remember to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Good morning, Chance the Game. Yeah, the program hot. So make sure you call. Yes. So, so Jester, when we're telling you what we are going through, most men do not want to hear because you cram their style. They cannot come and jump on us as frogs because we won't accept that. Because
So
we're
wait,
men.
I want to go back to because based on what you say, it seems as if I would have showed that to me. You're going to learn today, bro. So
And
I
yes,
want to
you're the
know
only
if
brother.
okay, so I told is speaking from personal
Of
experience.
course he is. He knows. He's a man. He listens to his wife. That's when you have communication with your wife, and you listen
Uh,
to what your wife says to you.
you see that phone? Yeah, we have a call coming in. Let me just take that call. Good morning and welcome to the program. Hello.
Hi, good morning. Good morning, Jester. Good morning, CJ.
Good
Good
morning.
I
morning.
found that true. Yeah. Hmm. I was told the topic was about the men reaction. And I think that is needed is that men need to educate themselves on the biological and the emotional shift that their partners will eventually. So you may start off a relationship like you're in your 20s, you get married, but you have to educate yourself that eventually your partner will go through these phases. So they have to understand the three phases. And I think one of the things that you have to do is don't take it personally. And I think that's where the problem comes. Instead of offering practical solutions, some men, I'm not saying I take personally, and they feel that the women are pretending.
Mm-hmm.
They may not believe them when they say, this is how I'm feeling. But if you educate yourself seriously, then you will understand and you might even realize, even before the woman realizes this is what she's going through, that this is what she's going through and you can offer her help. They have to adapt to intimacy changes. And as a team, work as a team. Because if you work as a team, the whole experience will be much easier. Because it's require long-term lifestyle changes. Because the woman has to take care of herself, not then own and heart disease. So there has to be an advocate for the woman and offer support. Even if it means that together they go to some class or they do reading up on the topic or they get counseling. And I think if this is done, it will make it a better experience for both the man and the woman. But because I've heard of real experiences where the partner is saying to the woman, I don't believe you. If she says, well, this is what's happening, I don't believe you.
Mm-hmm.
So I think what's needed is men have to um, educate themselves on the possibilities and what will happen eventually in their partner's life. So that's my information for today.
Well, thank you so very
Thank
much.
you very much. So thank you. That's yeah, good. Yeah.
There's
So
an echo. There's an echo on the phone line. I'm not sure the volume is too high. So let's see the next one. Can you please call that number for me? On from the phone? 457-1990.
No, hold on.
You got it?
Right. What you say?
57
457
1990.
1990.
Mhm. Is it ringing? Okay.
Yes, it's ringing. Good morning. When
Just as somebody said they're not
Another
hearing the
topic
caller.
of the hearing of the menopause and postmenopause. And I was reading this thing that I'm really but it's in the area.
Hold on.
But
Just
there is an
somebody,
aspect of tools to use that
so,
the mental wellness of the individual.
they're not hearing.
Family.
Claire, you're not here.
The callers are not hearing. The volume on the phone, is it going up?
Is she hear it?
Yeah, the volume on the phone is up.
Well, I
Hold on, Shams. I think it's better now. Go ahead.
All right. Go on, Shams. Go ahead.
yeah,
Let us know if
so
you're
I'm
hearing.
saying to say the mental indication I think is very strange. And you know, check the impact on the brain. Yeah. And you know, it's something that especially in all common things. A lot of that can be productive.
Hold on. Shama, hold on. Just the line is going funny. Push the top of the phone where it's attached. Push it in. You can hear it making that strange sound. You know where the phone is attached to the bottom of it there? Just push the attachment that comes from the box to the phone. I'm not sure if anybody hearing us?
I'm hearing you in the distance. I hear
Just push the
I don't know what to
the
I
jack.
don't know what to Somebody just
Someone speak, let me hear if you're going through again.
so you
I'm hearing you, but the callers are not hearing Sherman. I'm
so
hearing
she's not
Sherman,
hearing me.
I'm hearing you, Sherman, but the people online are not hearing you. Okay, try again and let me know, Lorna. Let me hear. Lorna, are you hearing there now? Sherman, speak.
Is she hearing me at all?
Okay. Somebody says hang up and call back, Sherman.
okay, Sham, yeah. You Sham, you hang up and call back.
Mm-hmm. Just say the line that is attached to the phone, sometimes it gives a bit of a problem. So I heard it when you touched it just now. So it's the USB cord. Just push it. Or follow the line, follow the phone line to the back of the mixer. It may work. It will work.
All right, let's see. She's calling back. Let's see what happens.
Okay. Mhm.
Good morning to you, caller.
Good morning. Are you hearing me now?
Let the listeners know. Caller, tell
No,
us if you're hearing. Go ahead,
She's not
Shama.
hearing me.
Go ahead. We'll see.
go on, Shams.
Yes, go ahead. They said it's better
All
now,
right.
so let's go.
Yeah, I was saying that there is the medication go ahead all about it.
Yeah.
Yes.
You're here. Go
But
ahead.
Shams, we got to take it like that. Just
Okay. That is the method aspect of this. Perimenopause, menopause, postmenopause, menopause, all the things. The
Mm-hmm.
second entire like not only the individual who is doing it. A lot of times, in our area, Caribbean and some countries, the United States, a lot of women take significant programs what is happening with it. And in a lot of instances, when even pressure and caution in some instances, even the medical professionals, because of the when I had my accident, I had post-traumatic stress. And I was to doctor on the call. And my doctor asked me if I was menopause. I was can't see if there's a medical system and other implications of medical situation. The other thing, because of certain symptoms, real example, family perspective, and then you understand your grandmother was diagnosed mentally, not in some of the anything, you know, back then, definitely, they diagnosed her as a matter of fact, she was sent to the hospital. She was all the time. At a point in time, they recommended that we send to Miracle Hospital, right? Because it was only the final in the 17th when she went to Canada as a specialist in children at the time. Perimenopause is the menopause. No, we should not tell you. That there's similar cases like that. Not
Mm-hmm.
just not
Mm-hmm.
is happening. And you find that the women you see a lot of menopause into menopause. The country is yeah.
Right.
Any sign you know,
Mm.
it can mean that the person it can create where they understanding what is happening, but whether or not care about what is happening. So, but being that understanding what it is, what it is, what it is on life, and what come along with it. Sometimes then
Mhm.
you know, what both sometimes or something but another issue is coming when I'm children want my friend. So, when these things happen, things don't come up, and when they come up, and that comes the mental issue. Yeah, and so,
Thank you so much,
bye,
my
thank you so
friend.
much, as per usual.
Thank you so
Thank
very
you.
much.
Thank
Thank you.
Very, 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 very valuable information, Cliff. Very valuable
Mhm.
indeed. Ah, I'm
And that's
telling you.
coming from a woman. I'm telling you, we go through a whole lot of stuff, and the men has to be
Yeah.
educated. And I hope you're taking the education just so you can spread it to some of your brothers
Well, let me tell you something.
and
I,
listening.
I, I, am- I am mature enough as a man to understand that. That is why I'm saying, right? So a man have some kind of beast heart also. If he is in a relationship with a woman, and if he all along the way from the time the woman start to experience that, she's informing him of all what is happening, and he feels to
Yeah.
because I believe in some instances
Well,
it must be happening in some instances like that.
Lorna explained it. Shama just
Yeah.
explained it. I
Mhm.
explained it before. Not
Uh,
all men are like that.
no, 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 not at all. And then the point Shoma was making with her grandmother, Claire, um, that is so unfortunate, and I believe that happened in a lot of instances.
Hmm.
Because remember, education wasn't as widespread like nowhere.
Right.
I believe when a lot of human beings, a lot of individuals who had just like a simple depressions, right?
Hmm.
Um, which I believe could have been brought back to being a normal person of their normal selves back then, but because we wasn't exposed to that type of education, and they didn't have no patience of dealing with this type of people, they caused them to turn out into being a totally mental case
Oh yeah, they get
because
bat
how they
crazy.
treat with,
Yeah.
yeah. um, and look at the example Shama gave with her grandmother.
Hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? Yeah.
Seeing that we had some technical problems, we may have to just go a little 10 minutes over today. And viewers and listeners, I want you all to really thank us, tell us to say go ahead, because we want to get out what we have to say this morning. So we're just asking for a little 10 minutes more because we had to restart the program. Okay? So Jester,
Well,
Hill
I don't
Street.
think we have to. I don't think we have to ask them, Claire. They should be feel very good about that. Actually,
No,
they
you
should
have
be
to ask.
thanking us.
Hill Street.
Ah,
It's time for you to
so,
call Hill Street. Come on.
oh
So
gosh,
Jester,
folks,
the
the
other,
telephone number. Let me just say the telephone number again, Claire, 404-1189, because we would love to hear from our listeners and viewers out there. It's a good way to chime in and let's hear how you feel on the topic.
Jester, it has men out there that the women are going through the same, the thing that we are talking about, perimenopause, menopause, and postmenopause. And because when we are going through this, like Shama said, they might want to go to a fete, and we don't want to go because we're not in the mood or we're not feeling right. And if that happens more times than they want to, guess what? They start saying that we have other people outside, which has no truth to it whatsoever. So not only are we going through that, with our bodies, but the men in our lives are starting to judge us wrongful for not going with them where they want to go, or not giving them what they want at the time they want it. So we're getting a double whammy. So that's why the education today is really good, so that they can learn what we as women are going through. Yeah. So this we continue now. We went to peri, we went to menopause. Now we are going to common postmenopause symptoms. And I'm not sure if a lot of people are going through this, but this is a normal thing. You have continued vaginal symptoms like the dryness, the itching, the pain when you're having sex. Now here comes now. Urinary incontinence. I don't know if you know what that means, Jester.
No, not at all. Explain, please.
Like when you pee, when you have no control. Anytime you cough, you pee. You sneeze, you pee. Anything that,
Mm,
you just pee. You just pee. It's not a lot of pee coming down, but you cannot hold your pee. That is part of postmenopausal.
Oh yeah.
No, oh no. Of course, yes. That's what I'm telling you. That's what we go through. So that's why you see
Okay.
they make depends. So we put on our depends if we are going somewhere, and we so when you sneeze or you cough, you won't be ashamed. Your pants won't wet or anything because you're wearing something to protect yourself. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Then you have dry skin. I'm not sure how many of us go through the dry skin phase. But if you look at people that are going through menopause or postmenopause, you will see that skin looking ashy gray because we lose the oils in our skin. There are people that you see them and they were dark as ever. And now you see them looking all brown and fair because they're using stuff to make their complexion get clearer. So they don't look like gray and dusty. We even get hair loss, Jester. Some people lose their hair when they're going through their menopause. You've seen big bald spots in their head. And a lot of women are not wearing wig for the sake of wearing wig. It's because they lost their hair during the menopausal stages.
Okay.
So a
I
lot of
wasn't
things take place with
first
us.
time I heard that. Yeah.
That's why we're talking
Never
to you
heard that
today.
one. Yeah.
Yep. So All of these things that happen, it is not something that we bring upon ourselves. It is nature at its best and its worst for us. Hold on a second. I have to send a number. Okay. Yes. So all of these things just so that we go through, a lot of men do not understand why we are going through this. And they look at it as we are complaining. And they'll tell the children, "No, don't bother with her. She's in a bad mood. You can't talk to her. You cannot tell her nothing." Knowing or not knowing, what we are going through is real. Real as it comes. So when you see somebody with a bald spot in their head here and a bald spot over there, and you may say, "Oh, that person look as though they gigi play tips in their head." Nah. It's the seriousness of menopause that has taken place with us. So it is not an easy thing for us to go through.
Yeah, I
So I'm
understand that.
still
I
waiting for some
understand
of
that
the women to
totally.
call and tell us what they experienced through menopause.
The men can call too, you know.
Well, yes.
Not just the woman. Men can call too.
Yep. I'm waiting. Daphne, you need to call. Hill Street people, we need to hear you.
When
Yes. So perimenopausal timing. When it starts, how long it lasts, and what to expect. Menopause usually occurs between the age of 45 to 55. But perimenopause, the hormonal transition that leads up to it, can start up to a decade earlier. For many, this means the early 40s, although some even begin to notice symptoms in their early 30s. That said, a 2025 study in the journal Women reports that perimenopause typically lasts 4 to 7 years. You see how long it is, Jester?
that's a very long
That's
time.
peri.
For a man to be tortured like for all these years.
It's not about you. It's about us. It's not about you at all. Don't make it about you.
7 years of torture.
It could be up to that. And we have not reached menopause as yet. It says still a lot of people underestimate how long perimenopause can last. The same study found that roughly 1 in 3 people, men and women alike, believe perimenopause symptoms only last 1 to 2 years, while 27% think they're over in the 3 to 4. In reality, it can stretch up to a decade. Understanding that fact can help you set more realistic expectations and feel less blindsided by symptoms that seems to stretch on indefinitely. So you see, perimenopause, it can go from 4 to 7 years. So, and it can start from 30 to 35 years and then beyond. So menopause now, what age menopause starts and why it varies. The average age of menopause in the United States is 52, according to Office of Women's Health. Though it can show up a few years earlier or later, depending on your body and your background. In fact, about 5% of women enter menopause early due to factors like a history of smoking, having chemotherapy or radiation from cancer surgery that removed their ovaries or uterus, and certain health conditions. But in general, says Loeb, it is probably a genetic predisposition. If you're curious when your own menopause symptoms might start, ask your mother or older sister when they began noticing changes. It can give you an idea of when yours might kick in. So here's another thing, Jester. For women like us who suffers from fibroids or some sort of stuff that is going on in your body, you can have your uterus removed at an early age. And instantly, menopause hits you.
Yeah. Okay.
From that age. And then you have to go through all that years until you reach postmenopause.
But then if you because some people do the operation where they remove the whole reproductive system, Claire. Would that be the same? Would that be the same?
Yeah, you're going through menopause. You can remove your uterus and have your ovaries. Your ovaries is still playing the part of, ovulation, this, that, but you're going through menopause.
Right. But what if you remove the ovaries?
You go
That
through
was asking.
polymenopause.
You still go
menopause.
through the
Yeah,
same. You still
menopause.
feel the same way. Okay. Okay. I just wanted to know.
Your
Just
ovaries is
curious.
just to make eggs.
All right.
The
Let me
uterus
say
is
good
just
morning
to carry the baby.
Let's say good morning to Carl Bell
Good morning, Carol. How are you?
Yeah, she's saying hello to everyone.
Yes. So it is not an easy thing to go to, Jester. No matter what you do with your body, menopause step in. And it is not something that we all enjoy at all. As you hear Shama said, what her grandmother went through. And some people actually go bat crazy when they're going through menopause. Bat crazy.
Menopause is a dread thing for women. It really is a dread thing. Sometimes it really feels me for what I see women have to go through with menopause. It's not an easy undertaking. I mean, really and truly, sometimes I say my thing, but as a man, really owning up seriously to this process that women have to go through. It's not an easy thing they have to go through. It's really not. I understand that too.
So now it's saying what to expect in postmenopause. So you went to Perry, you went through the menopause itself, and now you're going after the menopause. So you're going postmenopause. When you're pregnant and you have your baby, then they say you're going to post something syndrome, postnatal syndrome or whatever it is. That's after the baby. Then we're going to postmenopausal now. What to expect in postmenopause? Once a period has been MIA, that is missing in action, for a full year, 12 consecutive months, when you don't have a period at all, you are considered postmenopausal. And you remain in this stage for ever. Right through. You don't have nothing going through you again. Postmenopause technically begins the day after your final period, but providers use the term in different ways. For instance, uses postmenopause to describe the phase when you are past the transition time, which would be a few years after the final period. Since you won't know your last cycle was your last cycle right away, many women consider themselves menopausal for the first year. Also, that the period is on hiatus, then postmenopausal thereafter. Now,
let me just read a comment here before you continue. Bro, it took me a while to cope with this. Having the windows wide open in the dead of the winter. My my ass freezing, but she's sweating.
Yes, it is true. I told you that early.
Oh my gosh, I could just imagine what my partner did.
Yes,
Imagine it. My-
what the wife sweating? Let me tell you
I
something,
just,
Jester. I think I learned to drink ice cold water during that time when I was going through menopause, and I've never stopped.
yeah,
Because when you get that hot, drinking room temperature water does nothing for you. If you notice, my flask always have ice in it, and with
yeah.
the water really cold, because that was the only thing that worked for my heat. Besides going to the shower, another thing that I used to do, I shower, and when the water gets a bit warm, I turn it biscuit cold, and I just go under it and just stand there for a few seconds, and I come out.
When somebody else say it is hell, I am going through it right now. So
Yes,
you know what hell
yes,
is,
hot
you know what hell
heat.
it would be like.
And it's not, I mean, it's we're laughing about it because it has fun in it, talking about what people are going through.
Yeah, but it's a
But it
serious
is
thing. Eh? It really is
serious,
a serious thing. Very serious thing.
very
Because
serious
you know
thing.
I know it's serious. I know of a lady in Monfendio. All right. Some people tell me they're Roselle. And she has flipped, and it was because of menopause. This is how I understand. And she never really come back to her normal self. That
No,
is how dread this thing is.
I am glad that you're really putting it out there, just as saying what you're saying, and my good friend Aito saying what it is. And there are men out there that might be listening, and they would not say anything because either one, they're ashamed to talk about how they treat their wife when she's going through menopause, or they do not understand the ramification of what we are going through. So that's why we are putting it out there today. And if you know anyone that is going through menopause, please be a little more lenient, because it's not something that we are doing to spite you or anything. We have no control of what our bodies is going through.
But Claire, as men, we cannot be so insensitive. We do expect certain things to happen in life at certain age and stages in one's life. I mean, and once you're cognizant of that, I mean, as I say, the only thing that I would always like to happen is that the woman be straight up with the man all along the way and make him know what's happening from the very beginning. That's my whole thing on that. But if a woman is being that genuine and letting him know, and he reacts in some kind of funny way, I mean, that man is really, I don't know how to tell him, to be honest, because you expect that at some stage in a woman's life. Once you're a certain age.
Carol says, no one talk about the beastly hot and the beastly cold at the same time. What is you hot
Yeah,
now, you cold, you hot, you cold, you
yeah.
cold, you hot. You're like a scissor.
Yeah. You
And
remember
with
one of the callers was making mention of that when she had a accident, you know?
yes.
Yeah.
So it is not something that you think I choose to be a hot babe every minute and then be like a cold fish the next minute. No, we have no control of it. And the thing is, if you have a husband that is cognizant of what is going on with your wife that is lying close to you and sleep every night, they will know that something is not right with her. Because let me tell you, lie down in that spot, you flip on that side. You flip on the next side. If they lie down, you take a foot and you pitch it and you hit them, blow on that side.
Oh,
Because there's no restful place for you.
yeah, being restless and everything like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
I tell you, I had to go and buy a fan. I have a personal fan by the bed. And let me tell you, the side of the fan that I have where I all said sleep. So the fan blowing over him and come to me. So he's like, Claire, yes, the fan too cold. Sorry, but I can't help it. It has to stay on. Because I didn't have a plug on my side. But I had to get a fan because I was hot.
Yeah. So
And
you see the kind of conflict it could create in terms of the harmony of the partners. But then once, as I say, once the man know what is happening, then he should understand. He
let
should
me read that
understand.
comment again, bro. It took me a while to cope with this. Having the windows open in winter, I'm freezing my ass off, and she's sweating.
But the thing is, knowing my partner as I do, he understood.
Of
He
course, because he paid
understood.
attention to his wife.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Had he not known what was happening and everything like that, you think that creating big conflict?
Be confident.
I freeze. I freeze into that, and you want this window and then open. Like problem. You
Hey,
understand?
boy,
But
son.
because he understood, yeah.
Good morning. My son
Well,
just checked in. My baby boy just checked in.
oh yeah, good morning, bro. Nice to have
I
you on,
told
man.
laughing, ha ha ha. But let me tell you, I take my hat off to you, Aito, because you took the
Sure.
time to understand what your wife was going through, and you dealt with it. And if you had more than one bedroom in your house, that was a good time to take your pillow and mosey on to the next room. Leave us
How
to his.
you know you didn't do that?
Well, he didn't say that, so I can't judge him and say he did that.
Because remember that comes along with a good level of restlessness.
Yes.
A while ago.
You see, too, did he take your pillow and he gone? I like
You,
my friend.
yeah, you understand? That's my point. You say it as it is. That's
Yes. So now we're going to um, the best menopause treatments and lifestyle strategies. Look, she says 3 times for the night, I have to strip my bed. So could you imagine the amount of sweat?
yeah.
I'm telling you, sweating like people pouring water you from your head. I used to sweat in my head, my forehead sweating, on top of my lip ear sweating, my neck going down to my breast, between my elbows, the back of my neck, my back, my leg, your whole body sweating. And you're hotter than
Yeah.
July. Let me tell you.
Yeah, that heat, but that heat, I hear a lot of ladies do complain about that heat they does have when they're going through menopause.
Yes. So it says the
Yeah.
best perimenopause and menopause treatments and lifestyle strategies. There are numerous treatment options that can help make symptoms more manageable during perimenopause, menopause, and beyond. Here are some of the most effective strategies experts recommend. The pill. And a lot of us know about the pill. Some people take the pill to prevent themselves from getting pregnant. Some people take the pill to regulate their periods. But we have the birth control pills that can actually help you when you're going through perimenopause. It says for this stage, I find they work better than traditional hormone replacement therapy, that is HRT. The reason is twofold. First, they provide contraception because you can still get pregnant until your final period. You know, there are people there are women out there that got pregnant while they're on perimenopause. Because they
Yeah. I
have no
probably
idea when the period was coming, when it was ending, and they could have a baby that was 10 months ago was born. And then later on, 9 months later, another sister met them.
so that's why we heard the term before menopause baby.
Yes.
Okay.
So that's why the pill works. Second, They have steady fluctuating hormones that cause one of the classic symptoms. Moreover, a 2024 review of gynecological and reproductive endocrinology and metabolism found that hormonal contraception can help combat regular bleeding and vasomotor symptoms, aka hot flashes and night sweats, and even help lower your risk of osteoporosis. And osteoporosis is when you're going through menopause, Jester. It affects your bones. It becomes brittle. So
Yeah.
you see a lot of women with their back bent like this, and they're not very old. Osteoporosis has set in. Or sometimes they just walk in, they fall, broken bone. Menopause causes that. Because you're losing the magnesium, the calcium, the everything in your body. Your body actually takes a beating. And that's why it is important for us women to take calcium and magnesium right as we start or before we start going through perimenopausal. Because it does a lot of damage to our bones.
Okay. Okay. Wow. Class in session. Class is in a real serious session today, man.
It is 12 o'clock, but we're going on finishing.
Yeah.
So that's another thing why you take the pill, to regulate the hormone fluctuation, to do contraceptives, so you would not get pregnant, unwanted pregnancy to be told, because you're going through menopause already or perimenopausal, and you're not sure what is taking place with your body, and lo and behold, here comes another baby. So that is double whammy. Yeah?
Wow. Yeah.
Okay. So symptom soothing product. So they're saying now that while we're going through menopause, there are certain things that we can do to reduce the symptoms. And to all my ladies that are going through this right now, let's take it in. Beyond prescription options, there are plenty of menopause essentials that can help you feel more comfortable day to day alike, like cooling fans, neck fans, vaginal moisturizers, vaginal lubricants, sleep aids, cooling sheets, extra hydrating face cream. And I'll say it again. Cooling fans, neck fans, vaginal moisturizer, vaginal lubricants, sleep aids, cooling sheets, extra hydrating face cream. Because remember I said, our skin get dry, we get ashy, we get scaly. And there's some creams that you use on your body that is not going to help you when you're going through those stages. So we hear what the symptoms are when you're going through menopause and post. Vaginal irritation, painful sex, itching, you get urinary tract infection, urinary incontinence, mood swings, brain fog. And let's talk a little bit about brain fog, Jester. When you're going through menopause, it happens naturally when we are not going through menopause. But when you're going through menopause, you'll be doing something right now. You have to just step away and do something else. And not for the life of you could remember what you were doing before. Brain fog.
You tend to forget quite quickly within short pieces of time.
Yes. So again, when you're going through this, gentlemen, you see us going and we say, oh my gosh, you might tell us, Claire, I want you to take the clothes to the cleaners for me today. And with all good intentions, I say yes. During the day, I'm doing other things. And that totally went out the window. I did not remember a thing about coming and take the clothes to the cleaner. But when you come home and you realize that your clothes did not go to the cleaner, You give me all upside down, inside out, ridicule me all over the place
Yeah,
because I forget. Not knowing,
that
but
will
what I'm
likely to
going
happen.
through is what causes it.
Yeah, yeah. It's
So
a
there's a
serious
lot to
thing, man.
learn.
That's a very serious thing.
So
Very,
here we
very
go,
serious thing.
lifestyle changes. And I want my women out there to pay attention. Even though you have not started going to perimenopausal as yet, pay attention because it's coming. You're going to be getting a long train ride. And then when the other one comes, you're going through the turnstile. And after that is the post. And that still has not changed because your vaginal dryness is still going on. Painful sex if you're having sex, if you have a man in your life, that is still taking place. All of the above is still taking place. It has not changed. So that's why they're suggesting that you use vaginal moisturizers, vaginal lubricant. So that if your partner still wants to have sex with you at the age postmenopausal, these are things that you can use to make it easier for you. But hear this, not all of this thing works because some of us are still allergic to these things. So even though they say use condoms, some of us are allergic to latex, so we can't use condoms. Some of us are allergic to lubricant, to moisturizers. So my thing is, close shop, take the key, throw it in the ocean. Simple as that.
Well, look who's on the live, man.
I see my friend Leslie Nicholas. Thank you for checking in.
Nico.
And I'm sure he's one of them that pays attention to what his wife is going through.
Yeah, Nico is a very
good guy.
Yeah. Oh yes, Leslie is a gem of a person, man.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
So let's go to lifestyle changes now. It is kind of a no-brainer that feel better goes to like healthy eating, regular exercise, avoiding alcohol and smoking, and try to get good sleep are a must in perimenopause. And it is not just because these are healthy habits, they are habits proven to help with perimenopause symptoms. For instance, a 2024 review in the American Journal of Lifestyle Medicine found that leaning into a Mediterranean, oh God, I can't say it, Mediterranean or plant-forward diet, plus regular engaging in moderate intensity exercise and strength training can effectively reduce many menopause symptoms. And I think Jester, that is one of the reasons I did not go through menopause as bad as other people did. Because, girl is always moving.
Right.
Girl don't smoke. Girl don't drink alcohol. And girl eat healthy. So all this play a part in the minor menopause that I've been through. I only got the heat. Where others had way more terrible symptoms than what I had. So,
but you see, exercising takes care of a lot of things. Yeah, exercising is so good to do, man. I'm telling you, folks. Yeah, you see the exercising you're doing, it definitely will help. Definitely will.
So somebody wrote a comment. That is why a loving man is needed in one's life. I say amen to that. Because there are those out there that even though they claim to love you, they don't like you when the menopause hits and they cannot hit the shits with you at night. And you say, well, I can't do nothing that I'm not feeling well. They're going, well, every night you don't feeling well. Well, what's going on with you? Better I wasn't that wrong. Well, in that case, honey, bye-bye. See you later.
I'm sorry if anybody treated you so.
Me? Oh, no, no, no. My husband was very understanding with me and my menopause because I educated him that this is what I'm going to go through. And if you touch me and I turn and I say, that is it, don't touch. Menopause in full swing. You know, took me for a lot of confusion and make me say wrong things, you know. So now we're going to antidepressants. It says about 40% of women experience some change in mood during perimenopause, and it is definitely worse if you have had a previous depressive episode. So if you're already having gone through a little bit of depression before you hit this perimenopausal thing, you can go into deep depression while you're going through that. People, please like, share, and subscribe. And the number to call is 404-1189. All those people that promised that they were going to call today and they didn't call, you're banned for life from Take 5. Yes.
I didn't know a lot of people had promised to call.
Yeah, they promised to call. And they're afraid people hear their voice. And you know, the funny thing, Jester, I think we're at an age right now where we should not be afraid to say what is going on with us in our lives. Because guess what? With the advent of AI, Google, Facebook, Instagram, how do you call the other one again? TikTok. All our life is open book in there.
Yeah.
So we should not be afraid to say things, because let me tell you something. If I am going through something in my life right now, and there are people out there that went through the same thing, if I open my mouth and say, you know, I'm going through this, somebody out there is going to say, I've been through this, and this is what helped me. Maybe you can try it too. But when we keep our clappers shut, we go through it silently, and we make it worse for ourselves. So it's good to talk about things, especially sickness, because you did not call it upon yourself. It happened to you. It can happen to me. Think about the little children that were born with cancer and all kinds of diseases that I cannot pronounce the name. And they're at Mount Sinai Hospital. They're at Sick Kids Hospital. They're at St. Jude's Hospital. They're going through the worst time of their life. And the parents have to deal with it. And if they speak and say nothing, there's no support for them. There's no help in any way or form. And I'm not sitting here and saying, go and tell everybody what is going on with you. But there needs to be someone that you can talk to. Menopause is not a one person something. As I said before, all, and I mean ALL, all of us are going to go through it as women. Some go through it worse than the other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because look at the double suicidal we had when it was last weekend or the weekend before. I mean, we're just wondering if this guys was relating to someone close, you know, if things probably could have been different, you know. They probably could have been alive among us today. You know, just never know, you know.
Yeah.
So
we have to
as
learn
you
to
rightly
open up.
Yeah.
And you know, I've seen that they're doing mental health, something in Grenada from the Ministry of Social and Welfare, whatever it is. They're talking about mental health. And mental health doesn't have to be that you're going through something that somebody sees. I could be going through something right now, silently. Choose not to talk about it. But you know where it's going to take me, Jester? It might take me just where the two gentlemen or the two people did what they did. We have to learn to open up. and say something. Because by doing it, by saying something, you can get help that you need. There is someone out there that is willing to step up and give you the support that you need. But keeping it silent is not going to help you in any way or form. We are talking about menopause today and how it affects us mentally. With all the things that we are going through, the night sweats, the not sleeping properly, cold as I took cold as heck, and the wife sweating as ever. All this are affecting us mentally. Because you know what? It is not something that we are looking forward to. It is something that happened to us because we are human. And we cannot stop it. And menopause affects every organ in our body when you're going through it. Every organ. So it says here, hormone therapy. Menopause hormone therapy, which is generally a lower dose than birth control, is considered a first-line treatment for menopausal symptom relief, according to the Menopause Society. And it's no wonder research in the Journal of Menopause Medicine notes that the HRT is highly effective for helping to tame hot flashes, night sweats, and genitourinary syndrome of menopause, which is GSM, which encompasses vaginal, vulvar, and urinary symptoms caused by the great estrogen nosedive that occurs during menopause. We are talking vaginal dryness, itching, pain with sex, and urinary issues like more frequent UTIs. That is urinary tract infection. There is a general myth out there, and I'm going to men, that when the women are suffering from UTIs, the first thing they jump up and say, you cheat on me. Because urinary tract infection is caused, what they think, by you having sex with someone else. But let me tell you all something. You see what we are going through there? Menopause, it causes that. And even when you go to the doctor, some antibiotics that they give you causes UTIs. So get it out in your big, ugly, old head that when your wife or your girlfriend is suffering from UTIs, it's not that she go sleep with somebody else. No. Things that she's going through that is causing that. You got it, Jester?
I got it. Yeah. Well, of course, I got it.
Right. So, generally speaking, women with a history of breast or uterine cancer, heart disease, severe liver disease, blood clots, or unexplained uterine bleeding should avoid systemic menopausal hormone therapy. So if you're going through any of this, do not take HRT. And I say it again. Women who have a history of breast, uterine cancer, heart disease, severe liver disease, blood clots, or unexplained uterine bleeding should avoid systemic menopausal hormone therapy. But for other women who are under the age of 60 and within 10 years of the final period, the benefits likely outweigh the risk, says Loeb. So even though a lot of us are going through menopause, if we're having these underlying illnesses, stay away from HRT because it can do more harm than good. Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So menopause and your long-term health. Menopause isn't just about hot flashes or mood swings. It is a turning point for your overall health. There are many implications to almost every organ in our bodies during this change. it is important for women to understand how these changes impact their overall long life health. For example, the risk of heart disease climbs after menopause. This is serious. Rates are up to 3 times higher in women who reach menopause than in those of the same age who are still menstruating, according to the National Library of Medicine. Part of the reason is slower metabolism and a lower estrogen level encourage fat to build up around your abdomen. This deep belly fat surrounds your organs and contributes to insulin resistance and other metabolic changes that raise long-term health risk. So when we are going through menopause, Jester, our metabolism slows down. Everything becomes slow because the estrogen level in our body, it dives. So the things that we used to eat before and our body burns it out in a flash, that's no more. Everything is crawling. Unless you take stuff that raises your metabolism level, you will continue to gain fat around your midsection, and that causes the insulin to not make as much as so that you will be better. Heart rate, heart disease improve, or is that improves or gets no? It gets you get to a stage where you might suffer that heart disease. So we have to learn as women to really take good care of ourselves so that we would not have to go through this. Then it takes a bone health. It says bone health takes a hit too. You remember I talk about osteoporosis and stuff like that? No. It says bone health takes a hit too. Menopause speeds bone loss, raising the risk of osteoporosis. In fact, women lose roughly a quarter of their bone mass from the onset of menopause to the age 60. So it is a dangerous time for us too. The takeaway, regular checkups, bone scans, and attention to heart health matter more than ever during these stages. Small changes like adding weight-bearing exercise, think adjustable dumbbells or resistance bands, prioritize protein, and keep tabs on your cholesterol and blood pressure can make a difference in how you age. The biggest takeaway, navigating perimenopause and menopause with confidence. So much of perimenopause and menopause is out of our control, but what you do about it isn't. Learning what's normal for you, paying attention to your symptoms, and having honest conversations with your care providers can make this phase feel a lot less mysterious and a lot more manageable. So we have come to the end of our program. Perimenopause versus menopause versus postmenopause. And today we have opened the floodgates for women who are going through this, who are about to go through this, and how to deal with it when it comes to you. And most of all, for the men that is in your lives, their lives, and the men that are about to be in your life on their life, educate them as to how to deal with us when we are going through this. As Jester says, not all men, we say not all men, but the men that in our life, and we try to communicate with them and they shut us down. When we are going through this, my advice to you, make them go.
Okay, you see today's episode on this whole menopause topic. I have learned quite a lot, and I'm pretty sure it's not just me. Many of our listeners and viewers out there. So I am hoping that those of us that really take in what went out today could pass it on and you know probably have a different approach as to how we deal with people that are going through the process of menopause, because it's a very, very, very serious thing.
Yep, it
Yeah.
is. So let me say thanks to all the people that joined online: Kathleen Ledlow, Lorna Bain, Natalina, Rikisha, Aito, Hilarion Gonpot, Chansey Gamer 97. Thank you all for checking in and be with us. And let me say Buff Frederick. Thank you all. Hopefully you will join us next week again for another program. Thank you all.
Yes. Well, let me take the opportunity to say special thank you for sacrificing your mid morning to be a part of the Take Five family program. You know, extend full gratitude to these people. They could have been doing something else with their time. And so we really, really do deeply appreciate with you taking the time off to be with us.
Oh, I forgot to
All
say
right.
Carl Belfon and Leslie Nicholas.
Oh yes. What
Yeah.
about what about you? Did you miss out NP as well? I don't find out.
Oh, NP. NP is there. NP, my gal. My gal pal.
So Claire, I am a Brazilian fan. The thing's gonna roll off, gonna kick off on Thursday. Please God, I know
Mhm.
Nico is a Brazilian as well.
I am
I
just a
don't know.
fan
I don't know
because I
about
get hot
Aito,
and I have to use it to
but
fan.
I know Bushies and Fisher. They are
Mhm.
Argentines. Yeah, 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 yeah. When it comes to that world football. So
So,
Pastor Dave King, he backs Germany. Yeah, I know of a few people that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, Claire, that's it.
yes, thank you all. See you all next week. Give us the music just to let me begin.
I, gosh, yes, I don't have time for that. You have a lot of time in mind today.
Oh, yes, we're going. We're going. There you go.
Oh,
Every Tuesday, 10 to noon. Holding space just for you. Take up your time. We had to real. Take 5. You're not alone. CJ and Jess. With CJ and Jessa and we're spin pressure. Every Tuesday, 10 to noon. With your face just for you. Take a breath, take your time. Get to realign your mind. You're not alone. Bring you home. Bye, everyone.
Take
Mwah.
a DJ Jester